Hey guys, so you're amazing, but you've forgotten this. And I woke up this morning and the message was really clear that I needed to remind you. So, the ways that you forget that you're amazing is that you let yourself live somewhere that doesn't actually nurture your soul. You're in relationship and surrounded by people who might be toxic or are keeping old patterns from your family background going strong. You're not doing the work that you love. You're not living in the state of abundance that you desire to live in. And abundance is a mindset. You're making choices out of fear and scarcity. You're not nurturing your body. What you're putting into your body, how you're moving your body is all coming from a place of scarcity. And when you know that you're amazing and when you know your divinity, the choices that you make are completely different. But I'm seeing you out there and I've got to call you out on it because that's, part of my work in the world, to lovingly shine the light on the fact that you're willing to put up with things in your life that are not in direct alignment with your spirit, with who you really are. And that is not what you came for. In fact, it's the opposite of what you came for. It's the very thing that you're here to evolve forward. But I'm seeing you distracting yourself with social media. That's a big one, right? I had to recently put a ton of distance between myself and social media, and that's been such freedom and cleaning up some energy leakages I had. You're distracting yourself with television, with other people's drama, with drama within your own relationships. You're distracting yourself with believing that it's someone else's problem, that your life isn't going the way that it should for you because of someone else's choices. You're distracting yourself with gossip and talking about other people's lives rather than anchoring into the truth of who you really are. You see, when we talk about a life and co-creating a life you never have to take a vacation from, we're talking about a life that is a direct reflection of the spirit that you are. And that is the highest call for all human beings on this planet. Now, granted, not all human beings on this planet at this time are ready. Their awareness isn't there, their consciousness isn't there. As you've heard me share, about 70 to 75% of the global consciousness is in what we call a consensus state, which one of my mentorship clients called a zombie state, autopilot, really allowing themselves to be in the herd mentality and following the old paradigms of how to have relationship, how to live in the world, and how to work and give your gifts, and how to interact with money. But none of this is worthy of the true nature of any human being, whether they're in herd or consensus consciousness or not. If you're watching this video, you may be in individuated consciousness, meaning that you've had a lot of therapy, you've read lots of self-help books, you know that you can't just blame everything on everyone else. You know there's such thing as victim consciousness. But perhaps you're not fully ready to live spirit-led, which is to step into how 5% currently of the global population lives, which is guided by their spirit. But I'm telling you that this world will continue to give you opportunities to wake up to your true nature, which is that you are a spirit. You're spirit. You just so happen to be in a body right now. And you're not going to be in a body forever. This body will make its transition at some point for you. How are you going to spend this life? This is the one life you have right now to remember. This is your one chance to change how you show up, to create a life that is easeful, abundant, peaceful, that is contributing for the highest good of all, that's creative and joyful and filled with love. So we have over 10,000 people that have taken advantage of our free offerings, our free transmissions. And a much smaller portion is willing to make the commitment to being who they really are. And so I'm going to invite you right here, right now, to make the commitment to invest in yourself, to show up for yourself, to make this a life you never have to escape from through alcohol, through drugs, through toxic relationships, through numbing yourself out with TV, with social media, all the different ways that 75%, up to 75% of our current consciousness is choosing to live. You can do better for yourself, and I want to invite you to join me. JOG's monthly Co-Create a Life You Never Have to Take a Vacation From begins on Monday, on Labor Day, which, if you think about it, is just completely perfect to make a commitment to stepping out of scarcity and labor mentality and into the truth of who you really are and an abundance consciousness. So we begin on Monday. I invite you to join us. It's a $47 a month investment. Like, that's crazy, ridiculous, low price. The transmissions will never be at this price again, ever, ever, ever again, because it's so important for you to understand the value of the magic of who you are. And it's so important for you to invest in being who you really are. I myself spend over $20,000 a year on my development. Why? Because it's the most important thing that I need to be nurturing within myself. If I want to have the most amazing life that I'm here to have, and I'm telling you, I'm not interested in coming back 20 more times to figure this out. I'm interested in doing it this time. I'm interested in showing up for my life fully, not letting myself get away with my own unconscious behaviors, not letting myself get away with my own distractions. You're seeing some sage smoke coming through here. Not allowing myself to run and hide, which I spent a great portion of my life doing. So stop hiding from who you really are. Join us for JOGs monthly. It will attune, align, and support you in remembering who you really are and living a life that you don't have to escape from in any way, that you can fully enjoy and fully feel and feel safe and protected and loved and abundant and luxurious and all the amazing things that you wish to experience. I have folks emailing me every day to tell me about some magical experience they've had with the free transmissions. I have my clients who have gone from total scarcity consciousness and not knowing how to show up for their life to living an extraordinary life expression that feels like a vacation a lot of the time, which means it feels relaxed, it feels easeful, it feels joyful, it feels abundant and luxurious. This is how we change the world, by changing our current conditions. You are ready for this. Let yourself feel the spirit within you calling you forward. And I invite you to join me in the JOGs, to join connection and communion with your higher wisdom, with who you really are, because this is your one life. And it's on you, on how this goes. It is fully up to you. Join me in co-creating a life that is beyond your wildest dreams. Okay, I love you lots. Enjoy this day. Remember how amazing you are. Remember the divinity of who you really are. And when you know that, when you know your amazingness, you never settle for anything less than living where you're drawn to live, doing the work you're drawn to do, being in relationship and partnership with people of the highest light as well. Okay, you know I can keep going. I'm gonna stop. I love you so much. Thank you for being part of my community. Come on in, step in closer. You're ready. I love you. Mwah.